I've arranged here the top of a balloon. I've cut it off and I've placed a few coins on there. Susan, I've got a quarter, I've got a nickel, I've got a dime. Name any two of those coins.
Dime and a quarter.
The dime and the quarter, okay. So we'll eliminate the nickel. Name any one of the two remaining coins.
Quarter.
Okay, I'll eliminate the dime. I'd like you to take your index finger, just like this. Now, you saw E.T., didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Where he like concentrated on the tip of his finger and it started to glow, and he did like the little magic thing with it.
Uh-huh.
I want you to concentrate on the tip of your finger. I want you to come right over and place it right on top of the quarter. Right on top of the quarter. Now concentrate and give her a little push. Keep going. And pull your finger out. Is there a hole there? There's no hole? Wow, good job, Susan. Although I've been a professional magician with a wonderful life, traveling around the world for the last 20 years performing magic, I had the most non-magical beginning possible. Growing up in a small coal mining community in West Virginia, it was very difficult to find the right kind of information and advice on how to become a magician. So during our time together, I'm going to share with you the things I wish I had known when I first began my exciting journey into the wonderful world of magic. As we go, I'll also share with you some amazing magic that you'll be able to perform almost anywhere. So let's begin with the secret to the impossible penetration. It uses a common, clear balloon, and you cut the end of the balloon off. And then you're going to balance a coin, in this case a quarter, on top of something smaller, such as a glue stick or a lipstick holder. Balance the coin there, and then what you'll do is pull the rubber until it's so clear that you can see the coin through it. You press it down onto the coin, and it will actually take that coin into itself, and yet so thin is the rubber on top of the coin that you can see right through it. Now, you'll place that on top of a glass. It's a good idea to go ahead and lock that onto the glass with a rubber band. There we go. And now, to really make it deceptive, you can place a couple of other coins on top as well. Now you'll use something which is known as the magician's choice. Ultimately, you're going to leave them with the quarter on top of the balloon. But you say, name any two coins. Now, if they should happen to name the dime and the nickel, just take the dime and the nickel off. If they should happen to name the quarter with one of the other two coins, you say, okay, those will stay, and I'll take this one off. Name either one of these. If they name the quarter, you say, okay, the quarter will stay. If they name the nickel, you say, okay, I'll remove the nickel. And now, and this is really amazing, as they press onto the coin, and this is such a weird feeling, but as they press, they'll see and feel the coin literally pass through what seems to be an absolutely solid surface. It's an amazing effect. I hope you'll give it a try. It's called the impossible penetration. Now, if you have a magic shop in your area, take advantage of the chance to see something performed before you buy it. A good magic salesperson will ask how much experience you have and where will you likely perform the things that you buy. When I first started magic in West Virginia, there wasn't a shop in the entire state, so I phoned up Magic Incorporated in Chicago and explained that the local Brownie Scouts had asked if I would give a 20-minute show. Now, this would be my first structured show, and I was going to be paid $20. That's $1 a minute. At the magic shop, they pointed out I wasn't going to make a profit at this rate because the tricks cost about $200 that I was buying, but everything they sold me I was able to use, and I actually got through my first show in one piece. Now, I don't really recommend this as the best way to get into performing, but the point is, although a magic shop is in business to sell magic, They understand the best way to get repeat business is to provide magic you will enjoy performing. But just to be sure, don't spend all your money on your first trip. Buy and try a few things just to make sure you're heading in the right direction, just as you would with any new venture. Now, dollar for dollar, good videos and good books generally contain the best value because there you might find the knowledge to perform 20 tricks, such as the bouncing roll, which you might get more fun and use out of than a trick that might sell for $100. So there's rarely a correlation between how much a trick costs and how much magic fun you can get out of it. Well, this is interesting. I mean, that seems to be a normal roll, doesn't it?
Yep.
Well, it's all practical. Smells like bread.
Yeah.
Feels like bread.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, if I just snap, it changes completely. I mean, it still looks like a roll, only now it's made out of rubber. It's made out, I'll prove it, see? Whoa! So you got to be careful when you eat the chef surprise around here. Well, let's see. I'll tell you what else I can try. Let me see. Let me get it just right here. Okay, this is kind of a dangerous thing to do with a roll, but let's see. If I can just cast a shadow over it like this, it starts to change again. This time, it becomes lighter than air. Starts to float. Whoa, whoa, wait.
Oh my gosh.
It's a floating roll. But wait, whoa, it's gone. Well, that's how you make bread rise, I guess.
I guess so.
This fun illusion can be done with anything you can hold in your hand. The illusion portion of this effect takes place below the level of the table. So whenever you do this, make sure you can guard against someone seeing what actually happens below the table. See, the hand holding the roll makes an exaggerated motion for throwing the roll to the floor, but it doesn't let go of the roll. Instead, as soon as it passes below the viewer's line of vision, it turns and sharply flicks upward. Be sure not to show the motion of the upward flick with your upper arm and shoulders, and the roll will come back into view looking exactly as if it had just bounced like a rubber ball. You can even stomp your foot at the moment the roll would have bounced on the floor to add the illusion of sound. I hope you'll give it a try because it's really neat. Now, as far as the floating roll is concerned, this is interesting. You take a fork and you place it into the corner of a roll. Now, this is going to be sitting in your lap, covered with your napkin. You'll place the roll right on to the center of the table, and as you pick up the napkin, what's going to happen is that roll and the fork is going to dangle behind the napkin. As you'll come over the roll, you'll kind of kick the visible roll into your lap as you cover what seems to be that roll. Now, here's what your situation is, but it seems as if just a roll is there, and then what you'll do is just seem to lift the roll while holding the corners of the handkerchief, and boy, it sure looks as if the roll is floating. You can even bring it up to the edge of the handkerchief, just like this, or the napkin, so that they can see a view of the floating roll, and then it takes off again. Now, to make everything disappear, again, here's what's taking place behind. As you come down to the edge of the table, just let go of the fork as you flick the napkin like that, and everything will seem to disappear. Now, as far as other sources for magical information, you'll want to check your local bookstore as well as the library. It's possible you might find only older books, and while they still contain valuable information, the last 20 years has seen an explosion of information that's much more user-friendly, as well as frequently better and easier ways to perform some of the effects. Of course, real students should read as much as possible because it all contributes to your magical foundation. The explosive growth of the internet now makes possible almost universal access to an amazing range of magical information. Everything from chat lines to professional interviews and reviews of current magic books, tricks, and videos. Some sites require you to answer questions to determine your level of knowledge and experience because they only allow the serious students to participate, while others welcome almost anyone interested in magic. New magic sites open every day, but the websites we are listing, along with any good search engine, will give you plenty of information on almost any magic topic.